Alright guys, welcome back to another episode in our Minecraft survival single player world here. Today we're picking that back right where we left off. We're gonna start working on the house, get some more details in. We're gonna travel out and around, find a village, enjoy a nice Minecraft sunset at the start of the video here. And hopefully by the end of this episode we're gonna have a villager farm, we're going to have an iron farm, and we're going to have a house in slightly better state. Also, hopefully the tunnel connecting these two so that I don't have to go too far to get into the mines anymore. That all said, the adventure doesn't start... Oh, and hopefully we'll have a proper floor in here too. That all said, none of that starts until the new day. So, I'm going to go ahead and sleep through the night, and then we're going to get started on some work. I'll pull you guys back in when I've got something interesting to share. Alright, guys. We are not even that far back from home base. We're just over there. You can still see the tree farm. But right there, you can see a guardian farm. And here we have a submerged nether portal. So, let's see if there's anything decent in there. I apologize. It's not another... Or, yeah, no, it is. Let's see. Where is... chest? There it is. Might drown a little, but that's fine. There we go. Don't really need to go back for that golden apple right now. Though, good to know it's there for the future. We're going to check out what that gold pick had enchantment-wise. Efficiency 1, okay. Nothing to phone home over. I didn't mean to drop the stick, but that's alright. Anyways, having the ocean monument there means at some point I might build a little satellite base off on this island just so that when I'm dealing with the mining fatigue, which we'll pick up here in a second. Come on. No. Interesting. Would have thought I would have picked up mining fatigue by now. Anyways. We'll set up a little farm island here so that we've got cows for milk so that we can cancel out the effect whenever it... So yeah, that'll be a coming up project because honestly getting sea lanterns is a really nice start. But I'm going to keep traveling along this coastline, see if I can find any villages, and hopefully be able to get some villagers coming back with us. Though I'll definitely have to make multiple trips. That, or we could just set up an outpost at the village wherever it is when I find it, and just build our villager breeder and iron farm out there. Have to decide which one's going to be the better course of action, but we'll get it figured out, and I'll bring you guys back in when I have anything interesting to share. Well, at the bare minimum, you can tell I don't plan this too far ahead, since there's our monument, there's the island we were talking about. And there's mangrove, which is one of the wood types I couldn't for the life of me remember where to find, so... Oh, and acacia. I guess we're gonna get some more saplings while we're out here, too. Wasn't what I was looking for, but we will take it. I do love mangrove. It's got a really nice color. So, by the end of this episode, we'll just be missing cherry wood, I think, for all of the overworld wood types. Double check when we get back to base, but... That's a great sign. Also, the fact that this is looking like savanna means that we have pretty good odds of finding a village out here as well. So, I'm going to grab a couple propagules, get a couple of acacia saplings, and then hopefully have an update with a village sooner rather than later. So it may be a little hard to spot, but right there was our first ocean monument. Right over there in the darkness is the little jungle island I was referring to building on. And right there's another ocean monument. Took a little detour when I saw that one to make sure I wasn't crazy. So, we've got multiple ocean monuments to build Guardian farms out of if we so choose, or we can just ignore one, you know, preserve the scenery, as it were. Anyways, I'll bring you guys back in when it's daytime for the continuation of our villager quest here. Hopefully I can find a village in these savannas just up along these hills over here. But until then, I will just keep sailing through the night. Ah, what a view. Coral Reef, Desert Village. We are getting turned around here. Roughly that way to get home. Pretty far out, but not a full night's travel, so reasonably doable. It's just going to take us a couple trips back and forth. So we're going to run up into this village and steal somebody's bed for the night. Also, maybe grab some cactus while we're out here. Oh, camel. We got camels, we got cats, we got villagers. We've got the burning light of day. And we got free iron. Nice. Don't need oak saplings. Do need saddles. Might as well wear that. You know, sometimes the game just knows what it's doing. And we don't argue with it. So we're just gonna leave that alone. Also, I love rain and deserts. Okay. Now that we are here, I need to pick a clear path to water and bring a few guys with us. I also need to grab at least one piece of cactus while I'm here. Rid of some oak wood planks. Ah, they didn't quite hit the cactus. And now we can start a cactus farm. Okay. Yeah. Alright. I've got plenty of wood. I can definitely craft up what I need. Dude, where are you? Cool. You figured it out? Oh, yeah. Got a whole crew of guys right here. Okay. This villager is vastly overpopulated. Yeah, they're not going to mind at all if I, borrow a few inhabitants. It's gonna be like that. Okay, fine. I only need one of you. Actually, no, this works. No, it doesn't because I don't have any leads on me because I left those at home. Alright, we are on our way with villager number 1. I'll update you guys when I hopefully have 2 villagers back and secured so that we can start our little villager operation. Alright, here's the villager. We have our second village. I'm just going to put in a little time lapse of the distance and direction we have to go, just so you guys know where these guys are coming from. Fortunately, it's not too terribly far in a straight shot across the water, but it's definitely not a short trip either, so I'll see you guys around the other side. With our little journey there to an end, we've just got to put this guy away. Left this spot as readily visible as I could. But we use those two ocean monuments as sort of markers to align us on our journey, and it's a pretty straight shot. And now, 2 villagers, 2 boats, hopefully no monsters. I'm just going to leave this, once again, as visible as possible for myself so I don't forget where I need to be. There we go. That's pretty obvious. There we go. So next comes the question of where do we want to put these guys so they're not underneath the ground all day. I don't want to put them directly here because I do plan to move the tree farm and stuff, make room for a proper village as we go here. But let's get a good view. Let's get a good view of the area around here from our little rooftop vantage. So if we're going to try and build, you know, a quarry out here, potentially some other village buildings around here, you know, workshop, blacksmith, general store, that kind of thing, to kind of fit the vibe. I feel like maybe what we do is we go on that second little peninsula out there, and we have our villager breeder underground so that we don't have a ton of noise coming out from it. And then up top, we have our trading hall in the form of like a market. So little stalls set up. Just have to make sure that every gap is only half slabs so that we don't have the chance of our villagers getting murdered by baby zombies. But that might be a good place for it. As for an iron farm, that might go over there, to be honest. Maybe underneath that. Well, I don't want it underground. Underground iron farms can be a little bit of a nightmare as far as controlling where your golems spawn. Let's see. I'm going to think about this for a little while, try and figure out where I want to put an iron farm, because step 1 is villager breeder. That's going to be underground over there. That's no problem. Step 2 is iron farm, which is going to involve moving villagers somewhere. man. Yeah, I'm going to think about it for a bit, and I will let you guys know when I figure out where I'm going to drop it. You know what? I think this little beach out here is just out of the way enough, blocked by this hill. It may be where I drop that iron farm. Because up here on this little flat area, we're going to build, like, market stalls, our villager breeding. And I think it'll obscure that enough from the house and from kind of the main base area that we won't have to look at it, but it'll be close enough in proximity that we can very easily go get iron when we need it. We don't have to worry too much about traveling a long distance or anything like that. So I think that's where we're going to put it, which also makes moving villagers from under that hill a lot easier because I can just make an easy little pathway. So I'm going to get to work on getting villagers in place and getting a breeder running. And once I have that done, we can start looking at getting a zombie captured, which is just going to involve finding one that can hold on to an item so that it won't despawn. So that's just going to be a lot of baiting mobs. That's easy enough. For now, though, we've got a plan, and I'm going to work on putting it into action. I'll bring you guys back in if and when I've got something to share. Well, I came out here, or down here, I should say, which that goes down to 57. That's where we went up the other day. This is our zombie spawner. I came here to turn this into a mob grinder so that I could try and get carrots and potatoes that way because I didn't get any from the villages, or the one village, I guess you should say. And I found more diamonds, so just figured I'd dig those with you guys here, see how many more we get. 2, 3. Is that it? Oh, well. 3 more diamonds is 3 more diamonds. So, anyways, I'm going to continue tunneling this down to make a mob grinder. Mostly because I'm waiting for sheep to grow back their wool so that I can make more beds so that I can make a villager breeder. So we got a small sheep farm set up. I've got to set up a wheat farm so that I can grow more wheat. Actually, I should take another trip out back to that village and just double check that I didn't miss any carrots or potatoes or beetroots. So I'll probably do that here in a minute as well. But yeah, with the found diamonds, I just figured I'd bring you guys back in. And I'll let you guys know when there's something else interesting. Alright, guys. Got a couple updates, and not just the fact that lightning struck our roof, though that is interesting. More importantly, just make sure there's no other holes. We've got a couple things done. First off, some wall texturing that I've been meaning to do for a while. Which, that alone, I feel like makes a pretty big difference in the look of this build. I haven't even finished doing detailing for the upper stories, and that just does so much work to draw the eye and to make it look more interesting. Speaking of things looking more interesting, we have a floor. I just did smooth stone and polished andesite. There's a spider somewhere I need to find in one of the caves down below. I've been trying to light those up as I go. Working on getting a little bit more storage set up. I'm going to try and get some item frames together so that I can kind of mark out what each chest is. I don't know if I'm going to leave them like this or if I'm going to reorganize how they're laid out, but for now this works. That's about all I've got for visual updates, though, again, I really feel like it does a lot of lifting to just amplify the build. But we do have another update out this way. I have a boat on me, right? Yes, I do. Perfect. So over here, we've got a villager breeder up and running, I hope. I need to go in there and continue expanding out the, whatchamacallit. Ah, come on. Do you guys hate beetroots or something? Picky picky. You're a farmer, ain't you? Farm! Anyways, they should hypothetically breed here. They can't walk under there, so it kind of allows me to sneak out. But also, baby villagers should pathfind to the beds in there and fall into this water stream. Once, you know, there are baby villagers, that's a whole nother thing. And then pop out here when they try to swim. I didn't give myself a good exit out of here. We're just gonna have to fix that. But for now, I guess that's what scaffolding is for. And no, I'm not wasting my scaffolding. Since I would have to stay living here forever. That said, I think that I'm gonna hang out here AFK for a few minutes, just see if they, end up spreading this and having any kids. Maybe I was just a little bit too far away for them to be loaded, possibly. So, we'll find out. I definitely heard some farming sounds. So, I'm gonna give this a few minutes, make sure it's working, but assuming it is, we should be able to start getting some villagers out here, which we can then take and build our iron farm. So, I'll update you guys when I have anything else to share. Alright guys, so we've got a little bit more progress, and I think this is going to be about the end of our episode. We didn't get to our iron farm yet today, but we got cows, we got sheep, we got farms going. Goes back in my offhand. We got some texturing done on the bottom floor. We're going to get a lot more done on the later up floors soon. But, you know, we're going to take it a piece at a time. You know, the house isn't a project that has to be done now. The other thing that we've done is we set up the villager breeder over there. And it is working, as I'm sure you heard. If we come down here, take a quick peek, we have 2 brand new villagers. And you can tell by him being completely the different biome from the other guys. So these guys are our volunteers to live in what we might call perpetual terror in a iron golem farm. They're very dedicated to the cause, I'm sure. So the villager breeder is up and running. It's fully working. There's a little inlet that I can basically back a boat into to pull a villager out and bring them with me. So that works out great. Coming up projects, we need to sort the bees situation. I actually haven't been gathering any wood for a while because I've got plenty. So I need to chop down these, figure out where I'm going to relocate the tree farm to for a more permanent location so I can start focusing on some of the other builds that are going to dot this area. We still need to run our tunnel underneath here to link up with our mine entrance, but that's just a little bit of digging. I'll honestly probably get that done between episodes. So next time around we should have very easy mine access from the front door, loop around, come through a gate here, and then just downstairs straight into the mine. And again, we're at sunset, right at the end of the episode. How convenient is that? So, with that, guys, just want to thank you so much for coming along for the adventure. We're going to get back to it real soon. and just continue on with our progress in this world. We're going to get our iron farm going. We're going to get some more work on the house done. Hopefully, get a little adventuring in. I'm so glad that you guys have chosen to come along for the adventure. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.